Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today for the Wrigley Greenbelt ribbon cutting. I would like to introduce Public Works Director of Long Beach, Eric Lopez.
Thank you. Thank you. And welcome, everybody. So I get the privilege of getting us started here by welcoming you all to our beautiful new green belts, our beautiful new park space in this part of town. So welcome, but also introducing our new mayor, Rex Richardson. Rex has been a true partner as we continue to build our parks. So let's start off with just some words from our mayor. Mayor.
All right, thanks. I don't think you can call me new anymore. My first 100 days have come and gone. Let's hear it for Eric and the incredible Public Works team for all the work that they continue to do. Eric is helping lead a homeless emergency, opening up new open space. I mean, this guy is a superstar, and his entire team is incredible. Let's also hear it for Roberto Uranga, the incredible council member with a tremendous legacy, always fighting for the west part of town. We're really, really proud to be a partner of his. And we're here in the Wrigley neighborhood. Let's hear it for Wrigley. Where the neighborhood leaders at? I tell you, these are the best things because, you know, as a council member, as a mayor, to be able to cut the ribbon and on a place that's going to bring so many positive social interactions and memories, those are the best moments in local government. This is really why we do the work that we do. And coming in and, you know, looking at this incredible project, I saw some of these young people who, you know, got hands-on integrated experience working on this, and I stopped a couple of them and said, "Hey, tell me about the project." They said, "Yeah, you know, we worked on this for about a year. We took out all the weeds that were here. We leveled it, we graded it. We laid, you know, we planted the plants and did the walking paths, and I installed that bench over there." And you know, I said, "Oh, okay." He was like, "Yeah, how long did it take?" "About a year. We left, we did a different project, we came back." I said, "Well, where are you guys from?" "Oh, I went to Jordan High School." "Great. Well, got to hearing about all the progress and improvements there." These people are building and improving their own community. Young people, getting hands-on experience, making a difference. The connections that they'll make will influence them positively for the rest of their life. So it's not just about spending public dollars to invest in communities. We invest in young people. We're investing in families, we're investing in futures, and so we're so proud that Conservation Corps is a partner on this project. Let's hear it for Conservation Corps. And I think it's also important to note that this is an investment in open space on the west part of town, along the lower Los Angeles River, an area that we know needs more investment and more open space, and it wouldn't have been possible without the Rivers and Mountains Conservancy, probably our biggest partner in the city of Long Beach. Let's hear it for the Rivers and Mountains Conservancy for their commitment to our city. So here this project does. So this expands green space. It provides outdoor activities for healthy living, contributing to an overall more healthy environment and well-being of the community, and it preserves and protects the area's natural ecosystem. It's a natural tie to much of the investment that we've seen already happen upriver with the Dominguez Gap, the forest wetlands, which is an incredible transformation. And today we're just here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate how far that we've come, but really think about the future. We have a commitment. We're beginning our process of updating our open space plan, and through that we can make a commitment and set a big, lofty goal that we can work together to achieve, so that everyone in our community, no matter where you live, should be able to have access to a park and open space within a 10-minute walk from your home. Now that sounds ambitious, but there's nothing we can't overcome. There's nothing we can't accomplish when we plan the work the plan, and work together. And the more that we build that muscle, we exercise that muscle of delivering incredible projects like this, the more likely it is that we can achieve that resilient, that sustainable city here in the city of Long Beach. And so I'm really proud to be here, and I know this wouldn't have been possible without the next speaker, your 7th District Council member. Let's hear it for Roberto Uranga.
Good morning, buenos días, y bienvenidos. Welcome to this wonderful event today. The weather's not cooperating too much. It's a little overcast, but you know it's cool because we're doing a cool thing today. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, but as always, it takes a village. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, pain, sweat, controversy to get things together to be here today. And without partners for us to get this together, it doesn't happen. The mayor mentioned a few. Conservation Corps. What can we do without the Conservation Corps? And they're still here today, and they're going to give us tours and just provide us more in-depth information as to how this got accomplished. Rivers and Mountains, which I also have the pleasure of sitting on. Mr. Mark Stanley, who you'll be hearing from later, been a big contributor to this event, as well as our Senator, Lena Gonzalez. So it takes a lot of work, and to all the neighbors that are here, without your support, that's what I'm talking about. Without your support, none of this happens. Because you insist that we have something, that we have more green space, and here it is. We know that West Long Beach suffers from green space, and we need more and more. And the more we're able to open up spaces like this, the better the city is off. In fact, I was talking to someone earlier, and they were saying that Long Beach is really, really looking green. Well, it doesn't turn that way without some effort. We all have contributed our parts into making Long Beach green. So I want to thank everybody who's involved with this project. Eric, fantastic. I asked him, did the county have any input on this? Because yes, they did. They put the knife before under our neck and say, if you don't open this up, we're gonna take your money back. We'll open it up. Open it up. So I want to thank the county, sort of the backdoor way, for their contribution in helping us get this accomplished. And of course, without the neighborhoods, I can't thank you enough to come out here and get this done. The trees, the plants that are coming out today, we're all going to do our best to keep them going and keep them fresh and to keep them healthy. So thank you all for being here this morning on your Friday afternoon, Friday morning to come here and support this event here. Next, I want to bring up Mr. Brett Dennis, the man with two first names, so that he can give us another welcome, a little more in depth, what's going on here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman. So, today's gathering just reminded me how important parks are to really build community. I think during the COVID years, where it's really challenging for all of us, it was really proven very clearly how essential parks and open space are for our community. I mean, this is one of the things I truly believe attract people to want to live and work, go to school, and just thrive in Long Beach. And today is an expression of all those things. So, everything that my great colleague Eric Lopez, our Public Works Director said, and obviously the leadership of Mayor Richardson, and on this part of the city, what Roberto does to advocate and support and lead by example in terms of all these wonderful things. This Greenbelt is a real true reflection of what our department's strategic plan is. Parks make Long Beach a better place. And I know there's so many people here, and as I look across the crowd, I could probably recognize about 3/4 of you, but I do want to give a couple shout outs. We have a really hardworking, dedicated Parks and Recreation Commission. And I know our Vice Chair, Susan Redfield, is here, and Chris Chavez is also here. A former chair, David Zanata, who's also a leader on our Partners of Parks, another great partner to help support all the things across the community, especially supporting youth and our seniors. But, besides being your director, I'm also a landscape architect. So realizing the beauty of this design, and I believe Eric's going to recognize the landscape architect whose fingerprints are all over this beautiful landscape. It's really a reflection of the professionalism that's inherent here in Long Beach, and we're very, very blessed to have all of that. I met some of my friends that I think it's the Wrigley Clean team. They're really active at Willow Springs Park, but they asked me, Mr. Dennis, what weekend do you want us to come out here and do a cleanup or help? So, that's another reflection of the love that this community has for their parks. They want to come out, they own it, they love it, they care for it, and they really help make a difference. So that's really important. I mentioned our strategic plan, and there's a young lady here that had such an instrumental leadership role in our strategic plan, but also helping lead the funding and everything. And Meredith Reynolds, who now is actually in the city manager's office, I want to give her a shout out. We appreciate you. And then I think Nancy Villasenor, so she rode her bike here. We love that. She's our Park Planning and Partnerships Bureau Manager. I wanted to make sure she was also recognized. And, the guy that brought me here, Tom Modic, our city manager, he's a great leader, and we want to recognize him also. So thanks, Tom, for all you do. So with that, I'm excited. There's hundreds of new trees and native plants along here. I was talking to some people yesterday that were saying, we got to plant more trees, Brent. And I said, well, the best day to plant trees was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today. So we've got a good start. This Greenbelt's going to get greener and more beautiful, and it's going to welcome hundreds of neighbors and the community, and it's going to connect to our parks. And in the future, there's going to be this wonderful lower LA River Recreation and Park District, thanks to the leadership of Mark Stanley and our friends at Rivers and Mountains. So lots of cool things happen. So stay tuned, more to come. And I'm going to turn it back over to Eric. So thanks everyone for being here today.
Thank you, Brent. And we did actually plant more trees. We have a net increase of trees of 120. So our landscape architect just reminded me of that, with the room for many, many hundreds more. So I look forward to continuing to help out with our sustainability and planting more trees. Talking about our landscape architect, Richard Fisher is here. Richard is the original landscape architect on this project. He also reminded me that he's been working on this for 14 years. So Richard, to 14 amazing years. Thank you. This one's really special, and I really appreciate the trust and the patience that we got from residents and the community as we worked through various issues, from the master planning to the fundraising, through the design, to fundraising again when the cost was higher than what was anticipated, to all of the permitting challenges we faced dealing with agencies that have regulatory authority over this area next to the beautiful kind of the river area up here. People, residents, and the community has been patient, and I just want to say thank you, because it is not easy to bring all the different pieces together that require projects like these require in order to be successful. And as I walk this path, I really do think we've built a very successful project. So to everybody involved, including all the residents and all of our community members that have been working on this, I just want to say a heartfelt thank you. The people on the ground. So I get to lead the Department of Public Works as the director, but I don't do it alone. I have an amazing staff, an amazing team, from our project management staff to our engineers to our communications team. There's a whole group of folks in our department that help make these projects a reality. So I want to thank a few of them. I want to start with Marilyn Sarakas. I know Marilyn's here, our project management bureau manager. I also want to thank Adrian Puyol, our capital projects coordinator, who's also here today. Adrian, thanks for the hard work. Marvin Lay and Michael Lau from SOMAS for their engineering services and support. Our private sector partners have been amazing throughout this whole effort. And then the Conservation Corps. We would not be here without the leadership of the Conservation Corps. They came in when we were under budget, when we had all kinds of challenges, and Dan Knapp and his team said, Eric, let us help you find a way to get this done. And not only get it done, but we want to make it better. And they did. So Dan, to you and all the Conservation Corps, I just want to say thank you. And then as we're working through all of this, the Rivers and Mountains Conservancy comes in and says, how can we help? And they helped with the best part that you can help, which is money. So thank you. Rivers and Mountains Conservancy, we appreciate your assistance, your trust, and your support. And then State Senator Lena Gonzalez, she also came in, and we got a direct appropriation from the state to put the final piece together to make sure the vision was fully realized. So we wanted to say thank you to Lena as well for her hard work and her support. Thank you, Lena. And now I'd like to introduce Dan. Dan with the Conservation Corps, an amazing partner. Dan and I have gotten to know each other really well the last few years as I took over as the department head for Public Works. And we continue to find ways to do more together that benefit this city. So I just want to say thank you, Dan. You're a true partner, and I really like building things like this with you. So I hope we have many more to come. Dan?
Thanks, Eric. So I've been doing this thing, this Conservation Corps thing, for about over a quarter of a century now. I'm getting up there. But I always tell my staff, when you're working with the public agency, you got to find the bottleneck breakers, because there's a whole lot of bottleneck makers. Eric, you're a bottleneck breaker. Mayor, Brent, Mark, councilman, that's how this happened. Outside the box thinkers, folks trying to figure out how do we make this work. And that's really our role as a Conservation Corps. I'm constantly telling folks, what do you need? And let's see what we could bring to the table to make it happen, make it whole. So way back when, Meredith Reynolds reached out to us and said, hey, we got this old grant from the county, and we don't think there's enough money anymore to make this happen. Can you guys do it? And I'm like, yeah, maybe, but not as designed because there wasn't enough money. We were able to bring in some of our state funding, Prop 68, active transportation money, from Senator Gonzalez was a huge champion for that, as well as we then applied for a grant to Rivers and Mountains Conservancy, and Mark and his team stepped up to help make this whole. But more than anything else, the Corps is a youth development organization. You got these fine young men and women over there. God, you guys are so shy. You're always just like, come on, smile, man. Be proud. You built this darn thing. You got Eric and his team there. We got these fine young people working in the community. But this is how it works. See, they come to us looking for a job, looking for experience, looking a way to give back. And this project is a prime example how they're able to do that. And to Eric's point, to Brent's point, we want to do so much more. We can do so much more. We have a waiting list of young folks trying to come through our doors. We can build a whole lot more of these, around the city. The idea is that we have our new site up at the Forest Wetlands Park up there. We have a base of operations there, and we want to program up and down the river so that the community, you'll see a lot more blue shirts out here doing great things, and more folks can enjoy the beautiful nature that we have here. So on that note, I'm just going to real quick thank yous. We got our Corps members there. Eric is the supervisor. Thank you guys so much for, this is just a portion of the folks that worked on this project over that year plus time. A couple of our awesome board members are here. Our first executive director, Teresa Marino, now the board chair of CCLB. Teresa. I think I saw Nicole Wesson here right next to her. Nicole, wave your hand. Awesome woman. Really, they're the shoulders I cry on. And you got Irene Lopez, JJ, Geronimo Ortega, Michael Bridges, David Saul, all part of the team. And we also have Larry Smith, who Larry and I go way back. Larry was our contract manager, our project manager on this project, working with Eric's team to make it happen. So again, that's how it works, right? You got to bring everybody together, so thanks everybody. So on that note, I think I'm going to bring up one again, a true partner. give this guy an opportunity to get overhead. There. Okay, yeah, that was, the mayor scheduled that flyover to commemorate this awesome day. So, but I did want to introduce and bring up Mark Stanley again. The Rivers and Mountains Conservancy has this vision, and they're making it happen throughout their territory. Now you got expanded territory. We got 2 crews out on Catalina Island right now working, and that's part of RMC's territory as well. So, Mark Stanley, please come on up.
Thank you, Dan. It's great to be here today. It's great to be here. You guys are happy to be here today? Yeah. This is a wonderful thing when we see a project complete. We do this all over, Los Angeles, and as Dan mentioned, reaching out to Catalina Island. So we get to see a lot of these projects, but it's always wonderful when we get to this day and we get to invite the community members out, because this doesn't happen without you guys. Yes, we spread a lot of money around, but we realize there needs to be local leadership. There needs to be community members, all in partnership to make this type of thing work. So I want to thank the mayor, Mayor Richardson. We've worked together on a number of different projects. I want to thank his team members from Parks and from Public Works, and Dan, who I get to work with quite a bit on a number of different projects as well. And we also have leadership in Sacramento, and that leadership helps to provide funding to the RMC. So I especially want to thank the Senator's office, Senator Lena Gonzalez. Without their type of leadership, RMC would not be able to provide funding for these types of projects. So we are very happy to be here today. We're very happy to celebrate this with you. There's a number of different projects along the Los Angeles River Corridor that we're involved in, and we provide capital investment, but we also understand that these projects need to be maintained, they need to be managed, so we also are involved in those type of efforts as well. So I'm not going to take very long. I'm just very excited. You're all very excited, right? Yeah. Okay. You're all very excited, right? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, okay. All right. Next, we're going to have up a representative from Senator Lena Gonzalez's office, Abigail.
Come on, Abigail. Everybody's ready for happy hour.
Well, hi everyone. It's a great honor to be here. I was just remembering last year when it was all fenced up, and now we're here. It's open. We're ready to use this great green space. So on behalf of Senator Lena Gonzalez, we're so excited for this project. Each year, when there was a surplus, we were able to allocate funds for different district projects. And this was one of our projects that we allocated funding for this year. And it's actually our first project that we're doing a grand opening. So we're very, very excited. So Senator Gonzalez has been prioritizing environmental justice and making sure that there's more green space to combat air pollution. So on behalf of State Senator Lena Gonzalez, thank you, Conservation Corps, the City of Long Beach, Rivers Mountains and Conservancy for this project, and all the residents that are here that advocated to make sure that this was possible. So thank you. Oh, and Eric is back.
All right, and we certainly want to send our well wishes. The senator's not feeling good this week, so we wish her our very best, okay? Let's hear it for Abigail, all the speakers. And now is the moment we've all been waiting for. If the speakers could join us right over here so we can go ahead and begin the process of cutting the ribbon. And let's have the young people from the Conservation Corps come up and join us as well.